Hey everyone, welcome to RoadCraft. This is the full game. Now, I do have early access to this thanks to Focus Entertainment, but they're not paying me for this video. This is just my pure first impressions. I was intending to play this a little bit. They sent me it last week, but I ran out of time, so first impressions, here we go. By the way, the game is out tomorrow, and I figured we'd talk about some of the stuff I talked about in my first video, which was on the demo, and how it compares to the full game, and obviously we're just going to play the game as well. We're going to get started at the very beginning, so there'll be no spoilers of missions and stuff for people who want to see that, and we'll just play the first half hour or so and see how it goes. Sounds good? Let's get into it. So getting into the game, we have to select our company name. Let me just do that quick. Automotiveflux, of course. That's my channel name, and that's my company name too in real life. And we get a choice of two vehicles. We can either choose very obvious knockoff Land Rover or knockoff F2/350 with a very odd notch in the bed and some interesting. This is not a Ford legal changes, but it's very much a knockoff Ford. Just look at the front of this thing, like that is Ford. Naturally, I am Canadian, North American. We don't have these here. We do have these, so this is my choice. You notice there it says if you choose this one, the other one will not be available in this playthrough. So it is actually a tough choice. I don't know why they would do that, honestly, just out of the gate. It seems like you should be able to buy both, but one free, and that's this one. Next, we get to pick our company colors. Some of these are locked behind pros, which is their like mod system, I think is how that works. I don't fully understand pros, to be honest with you, but I'm pretty sure it's a sign-up mod service that they're using. For my purposes, the company is just going to be white, and we got to set some kind of logo too. I like this logo, and I like this color scheme. It's definitely got to be darker, otherwise you're not going to be able to see it. But it's good. Yeah, now we have a company, and we have our garage with our truck. We got the shop. So they did send me the premium version of this game. Unfortunately, just like SnowRunner, this game is probably going to be heavily monetized with DLC and such. This is the premium version, so I have DLC trucks and stuff that you might not have if you just get the regular one, or at least the option to buy them. But there are a ton of trucks in this game, a ton of equipment to get into, and it's all cool stuff. And there's our setup there. It looks like we can go back to customization anytime we want, so we're not set in stone. But there are 285 main objectives. That is a lot of gameplay. Okay, it turns out you can actually access the DLC menu right in here, including a 4K texture pack, which I'm not going to do. The game is at max settings, except for this. So you'll be seeing the game max with YouTube compression ruining everything else. But that's enough dilly-dallying. We need to get into the actual game. And the first thing I noticed was in the demo, there was artifacting on AMD cards. I've got an AMD 7900 XT, which is I think their second best card currently, unless they've come out with a new range and I'm just behind, which I probably am. But I was still having issues with artifacting, and it seems to be gone, so thank you, Saber, for fixing that. I was honestly worried because AMD is such a smaller share of the market that it wasn't going to get fixed, but they've seemed to have fixed it. In my 10 minutes of just running around in the game before this, it seems to be fine. We'll see.
Hey there. The name's Kelly, and I'll be your friendly neighborhood dispatcher for today. And every day unless we screw something up. Then the company replaces us, like dead batteries. But until then, I'll be here to help as much as I can. Not that you need much help with your first task. You need to head to the lookout point and take in the general layout of that town on the coast. They're bracing for one hell of a storm. I suggest you get on with the agenda before the storm hits.
Kelly is back from the demo, of course, as you may expect. And yeah, this is the game. Like, man, one thing for sure is that this game looks darn good. Graphically, it's great. It has no problem running on my card and my PC setup. My actual system is a little bit older. It's a 2019 build, but the graphics card is holding me up here at 1440p. Now, let's take a look at the city. There's a lot to like out here. So just like with the demo, it seems things have not changed in terms of resources and stuff, which makes sense. I don't know about the status of any hardcore modes or whatever. They did add something that I thought was kind of funny. The driver is back, so welcome back, driver. It's funny to see him back. That was not there in the demo, if I remember correctly. And I mentioned it, and they fixed it, so nice. I was thinking about it, and it just makes sense that the demo doesn't necessarily need a driver. Like, that's just extra detail that's not necessary for a demo. But this interior, does this not say Ford? Look at that center stack. Come on. Anyway, I don't mind. I think it's kind of cool, like these little details. Personally, I like these sort of knockoff vehicles. Like, it would be cool if we were driving real Fords and real Chevys, whatever. But at the same time, like, then the game would have licensed vehicles that they have to renew the license for, and then the game is just, at that point, it's on a timeline. Like, it may disappear due to licenses. That's just not fun. Okay, let's actually do the objective here and stop screwing around. We need to at least mess with a little bit of heavy equipment in this first impressions video. 500 points, whatever, stars for running over to this area.
Enjoying the sights? I often hear they're the best part of your job. At least your job has a best part. I have to make do with cheap coffee and a broken AC. Ready?
So sad.
Aren't you lucky? Investigate the phosphate plant. Not too exciting, but who am I to argue, right? Go take a look.
I was gonna say before that there's still no fuel or anything like that. Obviously, that's just not how the game was intended to be, and that's fine. It's one less thing to keep track of, but it does mean that there's really not much point in driving without four-wheel drive on in these trucks or vehicles. Wow, somebody needs to fix this road. I wonder who could potentially be doing that, eh? Let's go into four-wheel drive. This is... do we need... I don't think we're gonna need anything else other than that. Other than potentially a snorkel, my goodness. We got the terrain scanner, too deep over there. But, I mean, this stuff is pretty straightforward. I do find it fun to go first person, but it's just not as good for videos. So you'll probably catch me playing this game like this most of the time. It's also a little bit easier. Oh, that's deep. Okay. Hold on a second. Yeah, this truck needs a snorkel extremely bad. That is not a very good fording depth for this vehicle. But it's fine. For this, it's okay. We made it. Almost. Look at the reds and stuff though. Like, man, this game is very, very nice to look at. And that's a good thing, because I think we're going to be looking at it quite a bit. So, we got to pull this thing down. Now, if you remember from the demo, not every vehicle has a winch. It's not SnowRunner in that way, so only these scouts and other, I guess, scouts can pull things down like this. Bit of a lag there as I grabbed the... okay, whew. Yeah, I was loading the new area, I think, there. Okay, that was a little bit weird, but we did it. Okay, you can also just push these open as well from this side, so no need to worry there. Okay, we made it to the objective. And we've got a dozer, nice. And an achievement, I like it. Okay, I don't know what happened, but my controller disconnected, which never happens. That was weird, and I don't know if it was the game, but we're back into it. Okay, so clear the way to the plant. What do we have in the way? It looks like there might be some rubble, some stuff that needs to be moved. So we could probably do that. And then visit the forward base, which is very far forward. Well, okay, it's not that far, but it's 500-ish meters, just less than that, away. And we'll probably need to get there via this gate. Yeah, there's still no ability to turn off your truck, unfortunately, but that's fine, I guess, because fuel doesn't matter. The environment doesn't either. Let's get into this. I don't know. I just have that habit. I just like to turn off my vehicle. It's dumb, but it's me.
Hey, you're not a bad navigator. To be fair, a child could handle it if they could reach the gas pedal. Still, you did fine too, so kudos to you. Now it's time to get you to your forward base. It's not much to look at, but should keep you warm. Oh, and on your way there, be a darling and clear the canceled entrance for the cavalry. They're coming later, if the higher-ups don't cut the funding.
So moving this stuff out of the way, admittedly, I mean, it's just objects, physics objects, so we push them, and I guess they break? No, they're just moving. You notice that this thing does not have a winch, so yeah, okay. I mean, This is probably not the intended way to do it, but I'm pushing the stuff out of the gate just to get it out of the way, because why not? It's easier. Old car, be gone. There it is. Easy money. Okay, that is not amazing, but it works. It's good enough. That's clear. Okay, let's enter back into our main rig here, which is the Minuteman for some reason. Minuteman. And we'll do the visiting of the forward base. Let's go. I mean, so far so good. We're not really doing any construction or road building, but we're getting there. We got free vehicles. We're prepping stuff. The company's getting started with a bit of help, a lot of help actually. Now, obviously, we don't have the path up to this, and I don't know how to get there, but we can kind of see a little bit in the fog up to a point, so we can sort of map our way around. Although I don't think I have any drone or anything that I can use to scope out the land just yet, and I'm definitely not getting up that with this thing. So reviewing the physics of this game, the loading into new areas is fairly obvious in this version. It definitely could be a little bit more seamless than that. It's very likely that I went the wrong way, but at this point, it's okay to kind of just explore the map a little bit. There is also this way here, so that might be the right way to go. This is not looking promising. Okay, my initial intuition was wrong, and it was definitely this way that I needed to go. Look at that, excavator missing half of the arm. Come on, don't taunt me with that. We need excavators in this game too. My boy needs excavators. I like heavy equipment. And we made it. We made it to the forward base. Very nice. It looks like we have... what's this?
Welcome. The good news is, you're in charge now. Bad news is, the storage and allocation of resources are all on you. So, use them wisely. And remember, a penny saved is a penny earned. For the company. Well, on to your next job. Storm's rolling in. And we need to build a flood wall before it does. Before it rolls in, I mean. Storms seldom build walls. First, we need to plot a route from the base to the phosphate plant. Once we do that, we can deliver the crane parts to make the wall.
Okay, so it looks like we're making a wall of some kind, and we need to do some deliveries and some road building in order to get there, so let's do it. I'm liking being in the garage here. We can also retain this, which I think I'm going to do. Actually, we should probably look at the map before I do that and screw myself over. So the objectives are... I mean, the phosphate plant is here. This truck is here, and I'm guessing that the road building is somewhere in between. Like, this road is decent enough. Let's see. So there's an abandoned generator that we need to get, which seems to be way over here. We have to plan a route from the forward base to the phosphate plant to facilitate the delivery of crane parts. As grim as it may sound, in our line of work, time frequently equates to livelihoods saved or lost. Yeah, I mean, I keep forgetting that this game is not construction. It's supposed to be storm recovery and, I guess, safety. Because this is a coastal city, or a coastal town, so... Anyway, let's see what that is actually entailing. In the demo, I did not do anything with the infrastructure stuff, so planning routes and things I have not done. This is all new. Let's hope I can do it. I actually have to read the tutorial this time. So, basically we need to plot a route from this place to the phosphate plant, which is down here, and I'm assuming our vehicles will drive that route when they are delivering and whatever stuff. So, if we go from the forward base, we'll start here, and I want to bring them this way, and as straight as possible for big trucks like this, I would think. Something like this. I don't know how... I don't think I can do curves, so we're just going to have to go with it here, and give them a point on every single area, and then down into here, and boom. That should do it. Angle too sharp. Hold on. Okay, I think I've done it. I have made it so that these vehicles can do what they need to do. It's going to be a convoy. I don't know what's going to be in the convoy, if it's going to be big trucks or what. But let's dispatch some vehicles and see if they can do it. Was this even in the demo? I don't think I messed with this at all if it was. But, I mean, it's cool to be able to plot this kind of stuff. And I mean, if we jump back into the game, we could probably see this vehicle moving in real time as well, which is cool. So if this works, then theoretically, these trucks should just be constantly earning us income, running this down to the plant, as long as they don't fall off and die. Okay, so they do turn. I mean, this could be a lot more on the inside. I wonder in the future if we're going to have to do back and forth, or if this accounts for that. If this is only one way, then I would actually have to decide what side of the road they need to be on. Although in this case, I don't know. I know it's trying to get me to switch, and I want to just keep watching these trucks. I want to see at least one make it. I want to see what that looks like. So we got 3 trucks going, so I guess there's a potential for 3, unless they only come out in 3s. I'm assuming they can only have so many vehicles on the map. Alright, here we go. It's gonna bust in the gate. Okay, move the car. That's my fault, but now it's moved, so we're good. And it's just gonna disappear, isn't it? Come on. Excellent, it actually does it. I was successful in my route planning. That's cool, that's fun. I actually really enjoy that. I think that is something I wasn't expecting that I would like, but I like it, and I like to see it, and I'd love if this supply chain is continually used throughout the rest of the map. If we can keep this up and keep this thing flowing, oh yeah, it totally is. That's awesome. And we continue to make money from it, I'm guessing as well. So I'll have to be careful and try to avoid messing this up. So it makes sense to have them kind of hug the side so I can still use this path without fear of crashing into my own stuff. Yeah, so this one is considered operational, and yeah, we're still making 200 bucks per truck. Sounds good to me. So a generator, do we have anything that can tow a generator? It depends on the size of the generator, I guess, but this probably can tow a generator. A smaller trailer-based generator. Let's see. Like, obviously I haven't gotten into the construction of things. We did a decent amount of construction in the demo. Building roads and stuff was fun. I would love to just stick it out on a map and just improve the entire road, or entire road system, in fact. That's kind of my dream with this game, is just... Okay, buddy, I got it. But yeah, my dream for this game is basically just to take one of these areas and just pave the whole thing. Take the jungle and pave that sucker over. That's what I want to do. Seems weird, but I don't know. That's what I wanted to do in SnowRunner, and that's what I want to do here too. The most frustrating part about SnowRunner for me was that you would always drive the same roads. Every time, it's always the same. No matter how good your vehicle is, you're still going to struggle a little bit on these roads, and that was just frustrating. I know that that's part of the game, that's kind of the whole point, but it's frustrating. Also, this looks like some interesting stuff here. This just seems to want to be fallen or knocked over. And the game agrees with me because it gave me a little tutorial there. Let's knock this thing down. Is this what you do with your F-350? Oh my goodness, it's not liking any second of this. What the heck am I doing in this game? See, we went from, oh, that's not that bad, to what the heck is going on? Things were realistic for about 3 milliseconds there. Not so much anymore. Oh! Oh, they've done this on purpose, haven't they? Winch from the front. Come on, come on. They put 1,000 winch points here for a reason. Let's do it. There's no damage in this game, so there's really no, like, issue in falling. I can't believe I'm doing Gymkhana in a F-350 though. In real life, your tires would be gone if you drove on rebar like this. Just a heads up, don't do it. Not a good plan. But for the sake of just a game having fun, this is pretty cool. Okay, there's our piece that we need. Can we put that in the back of the truck? It looks big. It looks quite big, actually. Will it just let me scoop it up? See, I'd love to put that in the back. It looks like it's not going to fit, so we're going to do the next best thing, which is winch onto it and pull it to where we need to go. It's dragging really badly, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can get around the corner. Please, please get around the corner. And now we're doing Fast and the Furious. I have to be honest, I have not seen that movie, the one where they... Or at least I don't think I've seen the one where they drive around with the Chargers in the bank vault or whatever it is. Stupid as heck, kind of funny. That's all I see there. Okay, this generator is toast, guys. It's broken beyond repair after that incident. No, please. Okay. Let's do low. Let's do diffs. We'll play by the game's rules here and try to drive slowly while dragging this thing around. Honestly, like the fact that they let me just drive up that, they should just let me auto insert this into the bed. Like, come on. Give me an 8-foot bed truck. And it's in. Good. Very nice. Okay, we have a new vehicle to play with. What have we got to use here? Okay, we've got 2 objectives to do here, and I'm pretty pumped for at least one of them. The crane one, not so much. I do not like cranes. But let's get the generator stuff set up. I think, yeah, we're still banking money from this route, I believe. We still don't have bridges. Unfortunately, that's still grayed out, but we'll get there. And... oh, I finally understand how this works. There's 3 trucks left. So there's a remaining reward. All the trucks have to make it. I see. And here I thought this thing would just go unlimited, but apparently not. So we need to plot a course from the abandoned facility to the phosphate plant to recover valuable resources. Now the abandoned facility is pretty rough, and there's a bunch of junk in the way. So it's probably not gonna work unless we move things out of the way. We're gonna have to move this stuff is what I'm trying to say, if we can. I don't see... well... that's a thing, isn't it? They could probably get through that. Why didn't I go that way? I went the hard way. Okay, let's plot the route. So it's going to be quite a few trucks. It looks like route points is an interesting one. I'm guessing that is a limited amount of... oh yeah, we can totally make it through that. Oh no, we can have 200 points on this route if we wanted to. We could make them go for a heck of an adventure. I'm going to start cutting the corners a little sharper. I think that should... oh no, there's a pole right there. Okay, you actually have to care about hydro poles in this game. That would have been funny and really, really sad. So they're trying to get to the phosphate plant, which means they need to go along this road. And we'll just kind of drag them all up the side. And now that I know I have 200 points to work with, we can just spam the heck out of these points. As long as it's not going into a hydro pole. Oh man, I'm just like picturing a full network moving at once, all set up by the player. Like, that's just cool. Also, I'm guessing that they can just bulldoze that. I'm gonna hope that that's the case. I'm gonna say dispatch a vehicle here, and we will find out very, very quickly. I'm actually gonna follow this one on foot, without being in low range. Yeah, this water is not amazing, but it is what it is. Let's see what this truck can do. This is a heavier off-road truck. Definitely heavier than the ones on our other route point thing. So we should be good. Man, is it not cool to have convoys and networks? Sorry, I'm going on and on about that. I just think that's sweet. Okay, we probably could have... oh no. Oh no. Oh, never mind. Big boy coming through. Big boy coming through. That was cool. I truly thought that was the end there, but thankfully it's not. And the other one got through too. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm gonna go up ahead a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm sorry. Okay, that was wickedly cool that it just ran over the stump. They just go until they cannot go. So, nice. Okay, our boys are coming in, and I'm curious about the gate. I have a feeling they can probably bust it down, but if it's an open from the other side kind of gate, they will not be able to bust it down, and they will be pissed. So let's see what I can do here. Okay, here's the gate. Can I just take it out? No. Okay, whew. Gotta get the winch on it. Come on, get it out of the way. The boys are coming. No. No. Okay, there's the plan right there. The gate is open. Ah, thank goodness. Okay. Come on in, friends. Join the fun. That was going to be bad if that was not open for them. That was going to be really, really bad. But I think we got it. Okay, interestingly, so the first two that come out are big boys. Next one is a smaller cab-over style truck, although it doesn't look as off-road prepped. It seems to have done fine and made it through the route, so all good. Yeah, we got a whole thing going here. So cool to see our logistic lines on the ground. Okay, next step is crane stuff. Oh man, let's hope that the crane can auto do it. So we got to get some steel and some concrete. Here's our crane truck. We got crane controls, we got auto crane controls. Let's see how it can go here. And I need to put it into that right there. This to me looks like concrete, and it is indeed a piece. Oh, we don't have the mode that we can do. So let's get this thing out. I don't like cranes and I wanna die. I can only get 3 of them attached. Just please let me hook it up. There we go. Okay, it just didn't like me for some reason. Let's just drive forward with this. Does this count as storage? Yes, it does. Okay, good. And we can change the rope length pretty easily here. This is all pretty simple stuff. There we go. That counts too. More concrete. Okay, so rope shorter is up. Makes a lot of sense. And bye-bye concrete. I think... Oh, there goes one of our trucks. You definitely will get better at this as time goes on. I am just terrible at this sort of thing, and I find it frustrating. But we still need to find 2 more blocks of concrete somewhere. There we go. Okay, I was in the wrong camera mode. Right, so we have concrete over there, we've got concrete over here. Let's just... There's also an entire pallet of concrete right there. That is a lot. I am wondering about just grabbing that instead of picking up individual pieces. That makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Can we get it with this small crane? And that's as high as it goes. Okay, cancel that. We're not going to be able to get that out of there. Let's just do the small ones. We'd have to open the gate, which is probably doable, but sounds like a lot of work. Lazy man's concrete pulling technique. We don't even need a crane. We can do this with a truck. Oh, no way. Physics working in my favor. I could have brought 3 at once had I been smart. It turns out I'm not that smart, though, so I did not think about this until about 2 milliseconds ago. Come on. I guess this thing, I mean, it makes sense. It's only 2-wheel drive. It's only the 2 at the front there. Pulling some heavy concrete slabs on dirt, again, makes sense that I'd be struggling. But, come on, game, let me have this one. Yes, please. Give me the 3. Yes, we got it. Okay, remember I said I was going to be playing this for like half an hour? It's been 45 minutes, I'm still going. I'm enjoying my time with this game. So, did we get... Okay, we had to transfer the resources. But that's that. Nice. I am raking in the money right now.
Looks like you'll need to do some hauling. Take the cargo truck and load it up with the concrete slabs and steel beams. Then, deliver it to the phosphate plant. And if you're in the mood for extra supplies, you could plot a route between the warehouse and the forward base. It's not essential, but it'll make things easier for you in the long run.
I like what I'm seeing here, lady. This is some good stuff. Let's just do a little more. I just want to do a little more. Going over to the objectives, we have our side stuff. We have our main stuff here. We need to load up a truck and bring those resources somewhere. It looks like our trucks are doing stuff, which is cool. And also, I did not notice this before, but you can spectate. Yeah, you can actually watch it drive all the way into the dark abyss where it despawns. Cool. Now, we've got some things to do. So, if we wanted to go to the warehouse, that is pretty darn far. Basically, we'd have to drive the truck over there to figure that out, and then plot a route over to this base. Which doesn't seem that difficult, it's all open, but who knows what's going on over here. As far as main missions go, we have the bring resources to phosphate thing, concrete and steel. So we don't have any steel, but we could probably do concrete. think we should track that one. I want to see how that works. I'm hopeful that we can just get it from the resource center instead of having to load it on. Maybe. That's the dream. So we got a little rusty cargo boy here that is heavy military spec from the looks of things. I want to grab a few concrete slabs. And unfortunately, they just spawn right there. Oh, man. So you do have to crane them into the back of the truck. It's okay. Guys, with that, I think I'm going to end it there. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I guess there must be some way I can pick these things up without having to crane everything around. But as you've probably noticed, this is pretty darn good. Like, I have no complaints with this game so far in my 45 minutes of playtime, plus the little bit I did before. Performs well. I've got no issues with that. I wish I could just pick up the cargo instead of having to use the crane to do it, but I mean, that's probably a way. Like, there's probably some kind of setting in here I could mess with to get that done. But yeah, I'm having fun. This game seems like there's a ton of stuff to do, especially if you're doing a lot of this crane activity type of thing. And there's just a lot of stuff. There is so much stuff. Oh wow, every resource is now labeled here. Oh, that's probably every cuttable tree. Every piece of thing that we can grab. I just want to see, we've got 18,000. We can buy a dozer? I guess we don't really need one though. There's some darn cool stuff in here though. Different scouts, different trucks. This is the upgraded version of the one that we have. Very upgraded from the looks of things. Yeah, it looks like we cannot sell these vehicles, unfortunately. No more tricks like in SnowRunner. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any customization for it other than colors and stuff at the moment. I was hoping that I could build it up instead of just having to buy the upgraded version, but seems like you just have to buy the upgraded version. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I will see you again soon for some more videos. Let's maybe play some more RoadCraft in the future. There's a lot of cool stuff here to see. Just a ton of equipment that we can mess with. Is that an excavator? Or is it a crane? Please let me see. It looks like it might be some kind of grabber rather than an excavator based on that little thumbnail. I have no doubt that they're going to be adding a ton more stuff to this game too, so look ahead, look to the future, and yeah, see you guys again next time. More RoadCraft to come if you're interested. I know I am.